Right, hello and welcome. So I'm here at the barn just for tonight. It's a Friday night here in the UK. It's quite chilly. I'm here to do a little bit of radio, do some very nice cooking, like shredded beef meal, and I'm also going to give away a radio that's been sent to me to do a review on. So I'm going to give away a Tidradio handheld radio. So I'll give a bit more detail about that in a few minutes. But first, I want to set up the HF antenna, get all that set up because I'm losing the light. I've only just got here and it's getting quite dark, so I'm going to set up the HF antenna, get some slow cooking on the go, get a brew on, and then I'll show you the TID radio and we'll have a look at the details of that. And then later on in the video, towards the end, I'll do some sort of explanation of how if you're in the UK you can get your hands on. I'm going to give away 3 radios, so stick along to the end and you can see how we can hopefully get some radios out to people.
The name is Fred Victor Echo Sierra over.
Right. Everything's in tune. The only thing about this cobweb is 10 meters isn't quite in tune, so it's about 6 meters above the ground. I was hoping the SWR on 10 would have dropped a little bit, but I think it does need a squeeze on the tuner to bring 10 meters in. 50 meters is quiet, so I'm on 20 for the moment, but that's enough for me for the moment. I'm going to start cooking soon because I want to slow cook some beef so I can shred it later on. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. Just throwing everything in. So amongst all this, there's a box with the radio in. I have to admit, apart from spending a little bit of time at home with the radio, I've not been outdoors with it. The weather in the UK has been absolutely shocking this past couple of weeks. Mike 0 Sierra Zulu Tango Portable. Bit of a bun fight there. It's one of those evenings at the moment where there's lots of activity but no activity. You know, it's all noise and no clear CQ calls. It's all bun fights and bleed over. So okay, we'll leave that alone for a minute. So this is a TID radio. The actual model number is, what is the model number? Right, so this is a TID radio, and to be honest, I've never heard of these before. You know, I've heard of Bofangs, Retivis, all of those type of radios, and I'm presuming this is competition with the sort of entry model radios. It's actually quite wider than the normal ones, so the battery could be bigger and it's heavier. Follows the same sort of moulded design as other radios. The model number of this one is, this is a Tidradio TH-08. It was sent to me, so I haven't bought this. It was sent to me to present on the channel. Like I say, I've not had time to actually go outdoors with the radio. I've only had time to play about indoors with it. The radio is, I think it's called a dot matrix screen. You know, all the usual features that you find on a radio of this type. So you will have a dual band, and this also has Bluetooth programming. So I'll find out if that needs to have an app what does the Bluetooth connect to and how do you program it, I don't know about that yet. One feature I do like about this radio is actually on the antenna. They've actually got a grip on the antenna. Thought that was quite useful. The antenna type is the SMA socket bit, and that's got the SMA sticky outy bit. So if you ever want to extend and put this onto a bigger antenna, just make sure that you get the right adapter on the end of it, or else you're going to be squishing the pin down. This radio came with a USB cable. You can charge the radio directly with this cable, but it also came with a desktop stand, which does fit. But strangely enough, it came with a barrel connector, but on the back of that it's actually USB. So this adapter is not for this radio, so I don't know why that's happened. I'll do a test in a minute, so it sounds like. I'll transmit onto me Yaesu. I'm back again. I'll record that. I'll show that in a minute. Like I say, the screen, it has got a timeout on the screen, and I need to change the timeout because it just goes completely black, and you can't actually wake the screen up without actually having to press buttons. That just seems a bit like it's gone off now. I don't know how without actually having to do something to bring it back. So I have to press a button, but that works okay. Like I say, it feels decent make. You know, it's moulded quite well. I'd be okay dropping this at least once, like all the radios this entry level. So TD-H8 radio. Let me just check the details. TD-H8. It also does FM radio as well, so you can also use it to keep yourself entertained, should you need to. Comes in a standard box. There's nothing special about the box. However, another contender on the radio scene. I don't know yet, without digging into the online details, whether this is the final version of the TD-8 or whether this is an earlier model or mid-model. The email they sent to me, second gen of TD-8 has USB-C charging, which this does. Real 10 watt power, so actually it gives 10 watts of power from that. I'd like to see that, really, but 10 watts like next to your head, really. So yeah, I've got no complaints about it. Obviously, until I plug this into a machine, which I'm hoping to do in the next week or two when I meet up with John again, like we did with the Retivis, to see how it performs. I think when do meet up with John, I'll see if we can do a test of the power output as well to see what it really does kick out, because 10 watts seems quite a lot, really.
Hello CQ, this is Mike 0 Sierra Zulu Tango. Mike 0 Sierra Zulu Tango.
Right, well, that was a bit odd. So when I did just a very simple test of just calling CQ and listening on the radio, when I was using this radio, I couldn't hear myself on the Yaesu. I could get a little bit of feedback, so it does pick up, but the microphone seems to be really quiet on it. It's not a scientific test. It's just a very basic test, but I was a bit surprised, really, comparing one against the other. I found out there is an app for the Bluetooth programming, so you download an app for that. However, I can't really see if there's a way of actually bumping up the mic on it or anything. It does work. Like I say, you can create the feedback and you can hear a little bit of something, but it hasn't got the same punch as the other way around. However, like I say, it's not a scientific test. Right, time for a brew. Play a bit of radio, see what's out there, see what's going on, and then I'm just going to start doing a bit of cooking. And it's getting quite chilly. It's quite chilly in here today. I've got the heater on, but it doesn't seem to be cutting through at the moment, so I'll definitely need to start doing a bit of cooking.
Deutsch mit alles mit Englisch, das ist alles Mischmasch. Again. It works fine, but honestly, I haven't used for.
This one is a super simple one. It's the kind of thing you need to do when you're out camping and stuff. So another one pot meal. I tend to use a tagine, but you can use a normal one pot. The idea is going to just melt some onions down, and I'm going to just brown this beef off. It's just diced beef. And what I'm going to do is just slow cook the beef and onions and some tomato with a little bit of barbecue sauce, a little bit of tomato sauce, because it's got a little bit of sugar in there, it's got the tomato flavour, and it's also got an acidic, it's got the vinegar in there as well, which has a little bit of sharpness, which is what I need. A bit of Worcester sauce, a little bit of soy sauce in there as well, and then a little bit of smoked paprika, because this isn't going to be cooked in any oven or anything, so it's not going to have that really heavily baked sort of flavour to it, but having a smoked paprika just adds a little bit of smokiness to it. And it's just going to slow cook. I'm not going to put too much water in. I want to slow cook it down so that in a bit I can just pull it apart, shred it, and I'm just going to have some wraps with salad, spring onion, and the shredded beef in there with some tortillas. So that's the plan. Right. Smoked paprika. Just put a little bit of that in there. Chili powder, add to taste. Just a little bit of salt, half a teaspoon in, just to get the beef to relax a little bit. So that's got smoked paprika, chili and salt in now. I'm going to add Worcester sauce, just a dash of that in. A little bit of light soy sauce in. I'm going to put maybe just a couple of those in, and then this is our barbecue sauce. So hopefully that'll give it a smoky barbecue flavour. I want the tomatoes going as well. Right.
Papa Kilo, calling DX and is standing by.
Mike 0 Sierra Zulu Tango Portable. Mike 0 Sierra Zulu Tango.
Please repeat your call. Please repeat your call.
Mike 0 Sierra Zulu Tango. For the past couple of years I've been using an N-fed antenna mostly when I've been doing camping outdoor stuff, and when I use the cobweb antenna, I don't know whether it's just because of the conditions and a whole lot of other factors, but the antenna sounds different as in maybe the angle of radiation and takeoff maybe is that I'm used to hearing what the grey line, what stations tend to come in on the grey line, what European stations sound like on certain propagation conditions, but with the cobweb it seems to act differently, and I wonder if it is because of the angle of takeoff and whatever. I just wonder if I'm hearing it in a different way because of that, because of the different angles. I don't know. Answers on a postcard. Normally I would be hearing more European stations, but I think I'm getting not extremely long range, but medium to long range. So I'm getting quite a few US stations coming in and Canada.
Yeah, very good, Hugo, and you've got a good 5-9 signal coming back up to us. Don't know that area all that well. Where in Florida would you be? You're Gainesville, Florida. I'm a little town 30 miles northwest of Gainesville, Florida.
Florida. This is New Jersey. How strong that is.
November and 2 Mickey Mouse. 0 Sierra Zulu Tango. November 2 Mike. Good afternoon, good evening to you. Thank you for the call. My name is Carol, Canada Alpha Radio, Oscar Lima, located in the south part of New Jersey. And I'll give you a report on the next over. M0 Sugar Zulu Tango, and check him out.
Yeah, Roger, all copy there, Carol. You are 59 plus 10 dB into the UK. The name is Carl, Charlie, Alpha, Romeo, Lima, and situated in the Peak District. I'm a portable station running 90 watts into a cobweb antenna, and you are 59 plus 10 dB. November 2 Mike, this is Mike 0 Sierra Zulu Tango Portable 73.
Okay, my pleasure. Mike 0 Sugar Zulu Tango portable in 2mm. Thank you very much for the QSL. I hope to speak again. Have a good weekend. 7-3. This is November 2 Mike. Cheers.
Nice. That's cooked. So, spring onion, some coriander, some Tabasco sauce, a few of those these tortillas. Go nicely with it. Okay, so I've got the Mobilink TNC into the Tidradio using APRTS IS32. And it's transmitting and receiving quite nicely. So I've had another go at this radio, transmitting into the Yaesu, and you have to be quite close to it rather than here. The microphone just picked me up much better when I was much closer, but so it does work and it does feel okay. It's quite a nice radio. So I want to give away this and the two Retivis radios that I featured on a previous video. Now, my thinking is I want to give the radios to people or groups of people who would really benefit from it, who can't really afford the luxury of getting a radio. So I'd like people to nominate somebody who they would think would benefit from a radio. So if you're a foundation licensed trainer and you've got somebody that is interested in radio because they haven't got the pocket money or the pension money or whatever, and you think, well, actually, I'll get them a nice handheld, at least it gets them on the air and they get into the local repeater and all that kind of stuff. So I'm after people who can nominate others that would really benefit from them, and I'll cover the the postal costs, but UK only. It has to be the UK because sending this overseas just isn't worth it. Might as well just give you the money. So UK only. Nominations for people who would really benefit from either this or the two retivists. I might just send them randomly, so once it's gone, it's gone. So nominations, please. You can do that either through the comments or get my email address on QRZ and send via the email, and then hopefully in time we can get three of these out to people would really benefit from. I've got loads of radios, I've got loads of handhelds, and they're all decent, so happy days. Good morning. So I had to get up in the night to bring the antenna down. I'll just show you that, because the wind was so busy about 2:30. Careful, don't trip over the wires. I just lay awake thinking this is going to come crashing down. Oh, right. Look at that mist. That is lovely. Let's show you that. I'll just show you what's on 20 meters, see if there's any good morning DX or not. Let's have a look. So if I just go all the way down to about there.
It's working, but a lovely signal, and the rig sounds nice. And okay on the rig and the amp there. This is Florida 4 Italy, Victor, you report 55 and no problem, no QRM on my frequency. Good CQ Japan, beaming long pass, this is IK1JBV calling. India, kilo number 1, Juliet, Papa.
Let's see if he picks anybody up.
Yes. Again?
To the Tango 9. That sounds like somebody's television. It's a strange one, isn't it? Really, I'm not picking up any Europeans. But then again, from that first sweep, I'm not picking up much in the way of. I'm not picking up many Europeans. I'm not picking much in the way of DX either. The conditions were a bit like that last night, and then I would pick up US pretty strongly, then South Africa. Last time I was here, I was picking up stations that I wouldn't normally be picking up on the NFED or the WIP, the M1 ECC antenna. So it just feels like This type antenna has a different reception to it, and the conditions as well. So I'm gonna make a brew. Let's see if anything drifts in. If it does, I'll bring you back. So really not much in the way of any VK stations coming in. Some mornings, as I'm just packing my gear up, start to hear some of the VK stations coming in, and on occasion you can get in contact with them. If you're patient enough, you can get more of a contact with them, but I'm usually, like I'm doing now, getting ready to head back home. So really the radio is, again, just a background monitoring, really, rather than trying to get lots of contacts. So not much in the way of VK this morning as it stands. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next outing. So bye bye for now.